Once you're done registration with your registration and you've been approved, you come back to the platform and try to sign in. You get an approval email from us saying that you've been successfully registered to shop.ng, and you can click to continue the process. Now, once you start get started, when you log in or you click the link on your email, you have you'll be brought to this onboarding wizard. So this wizard basically is a quick setup wizard that helps you configure the basic settings for your vendor store. You understand? We advise that open, you follow through with this wizard. It's just about 7 steps. So let's get started. We click let's go to get started with the wizard. Okay, so here we have our store setup. So we continue and upload the information for our store. So let's start by putting up our store logo. So you can either click select files and come in here and search for the files, or you can drag the file and drop it onto the window. So now our logo is being uploaded, our logo for a vintage shop. So also why that's basically this what we have here is your media library and your upload files screen. On here you can easily upload any media item you want for your store. So while we have that being uploaded, okay, so our file is uploaded now, and we click to insert it. So that's our logo, and now we have to upload our banner image. So we advise that you select images that fit your brand, and that helps you stand out from other vendors on the platform. So we have carefully selected a banner image, and that is being uploaded to the platform now. So once we have that up, we move on to the other steps of the store setup. Okay, so now our banner image is uploaded. We select it and we have it up there. So our name of our shop is Vintage Shop, our email address and everything seems right. We can throw in, so we have helpers. We have this little blue question marks that help us to help you understand what is required to be put into certain sections during this sign up or doing your onboarding. So what we have here is shop description, and what it says is this is displayed on your shop page. So I can say we we deal in bespoke vintage wares for all ages. So that is the description of my store vintage shop. I click to continue to the next page or to the next step. So the next step is store setup. So this here we set up payments. Yes, where the money is important. So here we set up payments. So the option we have right now is bank transfer. We're looking to add more options, and once that's added, we will also add a tutorial video to guide you through that. So our account name, as you can see, I filled this out before doing the preparation for this videos, so that's why I have some of the information already prompting me already on the form. So my account name is Vintage Shop. That's the account name for my account. It can be anything. It can be your if you don't have a corporate account, you can have your personal email, your personal bank account name here. So we have our account name, our account number, name of bank can be any bank, but make sure your bank's name is correct and it's a bank that is in Nigeria so that we can promptly pay you. So our bank name is XYZ bank, and bank address is not important, routing number is not important, IBAN, SWIFT, and IFSC are not important. This would be important if it was a domiciliary account, but for now we only service Nigerian bank accounts. So it can be any payment provider, it can be OPay, it can be any payment provider. As far as you have your account number correctly, your account name correctly, and the bank name correctly, we'll be making your bank transfer anytime you request a withdrawal. So let's go on to the next step. Okay, so this is where we set up our policy, the policy that governs our store. So we can set up return policy, shipping policy, refund policy. So let's just fill it up so our customers get to see something whenever they are on our page. You get to understand what we do and what we don't do. So our policies, I already had that filled out, but now I have to put my shipping policy. I say we ship within 3 to 5 working days. So that is the shipping policy for my own company. You understand? You can have shipping policy for your own company, for your own business. So refund policy is we refund or goods are eligible for refunds once if it's not exceeded 7 days from purchase, and if the products slash goods meet our return policies or criteria, return criteria. So basically this is just my own refund policy. I say goods are eligible for returns once they goods are eligible for returns once if it's within 3 days of purchase, or with 7 days of purchase, and the and packaging isn't destroyed, and the packaging isn't damaged. So like I said, this is my own personal policies for my own business. So everybody has their own policies. Sorry, I was doing some corrections here. And I think that's all. That's all, and we can go on to the next step. So now is our support step. So what happens here is your support for your business. If you have a phone number that is different from the default phone number, you can have that changed. Your email address is different. You have a different address for support. You can input all those information here. If it's the same, you can just click continue and move on to the next step. So the next step is store SEO setup. So what SEO means is search engine optimization. So Chef.ng gives you the ability to set up your store, so your store can be found by search engines like Google, like Bing, like Yahoo. So basically, what we're going to do now is fill up our SEO, what we believe will help, what we believe users or customers will search for when they're searching for our store. So my store title, I look at the helper. The helper says the SEO title is shown as the title of your store page. The title of my store page is, so I have this fixed up: vintage shop, home of bespoke wares for men. but I think my business now is for all ages, so both men and women. So you have to put in an information that when people see it, they know, okay, this is what you do. Meta description is we are number one store for bespoke vintage wears for men of all ages in Lagos. So what our meta description is often shown as the black text under the title in a search result. For this to work, it has to contain the keyword that was searched for and should be less than 156 characters. So if I was to search for vintage shops in Lagos, so this is a vintage shop. So what happens here is this is my store, my SEO title, and this is my meta description. So they take that into consideration when you're filling in your sign up. So let's get back to it. So that is the meta description right there, and we have this, and we say okay, our meta keywords are the keywords that people will search for when they're looking for our store. So insert some comma separated keywords for better ranking of your store page. So I say vintage shop in Lagos, vintage wears for all ages, vintage wears for women, vintage wears for men, vintage wears for kids. So like I said, basically what you want to do here is put in tags that you believe that people will search for if they are searching for your store. So now Facebook setup is to put in your Facebook information of your Facebook page. So you can put in the Facebook image, the description, and your page title. You can also do that for Twitter. So vintage shop is not a real shop, so I really don't have any setup for that, but I can actually just fill it up. And that will be that. So but basically it's advisable that it's consistent with your Facebook page if you have one. So we deal in bespoke vintage wears for all ages. So that's it, and I can put in an image. If my image is the same one of the images I already have in my library, I can select that. I can select the vintage shop, which is my logo, and I move on. Same thing for Twitter. So now I'm moving on to the next page. Next page is our social media. So if we have social media accounts, we will come in here and say, okay, we're putting in our links. The same links you share to friends. So if vintage shop had a social media account, I believe this might be what would be most likely its link. So this basically, this link is what you put in for any social media you have, and that would also help your store. So people will be able to see your social media links, and they can go in and visit your store and just get in more contact with your business. So I'll follow you on social media as well to be abreast on latest happenings, latest products you're unveiling. So this is all for social media. If you have any other links, you can add them here. Move on to the next page. So the next setup is it's basically we are done. So now we are done with our onboarding, and why we advise that you do this is it helps you in the long run, because now when we get back to our dashboard, you see that we have filled in most of the information that we need for our store to be up and running. So let's get to the dashboard. I'll see you in the next video.